Hello, Blaine Memorial. This is Pastor Isaac Dusenberry bringing you another video devotional for the week. Today is, of course, St. Patrick's Day, a day in which we celebrate Irish culture and heritage. But this begs the question, who was St. Patrick? He lived a very long time ago, of course, way back in the 4th century. So we don't know the exact details about his life, and truth be told, there's a lot of legends and folk tales associated with his life, so it gets harder to figure out what is truth and what is fiction. However, we know that, based upon his own writings, he was captured at the age of 16 by pirates, and he was held in captivity and enslaved for a period of 6 years. Now, as awful as this experience was, in hindsight, St. Patrick said it was critical for his spiritual development. It was in this time of captivity that he grew in his relationship with God and began to realize the powerful ways God was working in his life, not only by forgiving his sins, but also the ways that God was helping him, the ways that God was protecting him in the midst of a very difficult situation. Now, St. Patrick also worked as a shepherd during this time, and of course we know that the Bible loves to use shepherds as metaphors for understanding God and understanding Jesus, right? They are the good shepherd. They always seek out the lost sheep. So again, he moved into a much deeper theological understanding of God and his relationship with God. And he went on to not only convert to Christianity, but to help the entire country of Ireland convert to Christianity. So there's a lot that we remember him today for, and we continue to celebrate his life all these centuries later. So while we're on the subject of Irish traditions, I thought it would be fun to introduce you to a traditional Irish instrument. I'm sure by now you've noticed this odd-looking thing in my lap. It's called a hurdy-gurdy. That's right, a hurdy-gurdy. And it's a drone instrument, similar to a bagpipe, for instance. It sounds like a bagpipe, but it functions more like a violin. I spin this crank here, which rotates a wheel. The wheel rotates and rubs against a set of strings that sit on top of the wheel, and that produces sound, kind of like when you take a bow to a violin. Now I can change the notes, I can change the sounds with these little wooden pegs. These are kind of like piano keys, essentially. I press them down and it plays a new note. That is a very quick version of how this instrument works. And I'm going to play Amazing Grace. I'm going to play a couple of verses of Amazing Grace because I think about that hymn when I think about the life of St. Patrick. There's one line in particular I want you to think about as I play. I think you know it well. It says, "Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home." I think if St. Patrick could hear Amazing Grace, that line in particular would really resonate with him based on his own conversion experience. So let's hear Amazing Grace and think about the ways that God is like a good shepherd. He always seeks out the lost, hurting sheep. He heals them and brings them back into the fold. And for that we give thanks. So without further ado, let's hear what this odd-looking thing sounds like.